Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm going to give it a few minutes, see if anybody jumps on. Finish getting set up here, and I am going to see if I can bring up the video so I can watch for any comments, hopefully. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Once again, I am Kristen Kona. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you have joined me at the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. One thing I want to share is that create is not spelled with a C. Create is spelled with K-R-E-A-T-E. So if you're trying to find me anywhere, you need to type in K-R instead of C-R. Okay? If you are joining me live, please say hi. If you are watching the replay, comment replay. I love to see who has stopped and visited me, and I like to comment back when you leave comments. Please don't be shy and let me know that you're here. A couple of things. First off, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, had fun with your family and friends, or whatever it is that you did. We did 2 Thanksgivings and we had a wonderful time. I have classes coming up yet in December here at the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. So if you're a local to me here in Ludington, Michigan, you can RSVP to join. I do need to know 2 weeks ahead of time, so we are on the deadline this coming Monday for the 10 card class coming up. A week, well, actually this one, it's actually short, but I will allow it. I know it's hectic right now, so let me know on Monday though. That's the cutoff for the 10 card class here locally. And then the following Monday I have my 6 card class. The 6 card class is $20 or free with the $25 order. You make 6 cards. You make 3 different designs with 3 different designs, 2 of each card. Boy, can you tell I'm discombobulated today? It's been one of them days right from the get-go. So those are the upcoming classes that I have. A couple of different things. Paper Pumpkin. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can still become one. You have until the 10th of each month to sign up for Paper Pumpkin. They start the shippings the following day. On the 11th, they start processing everything. So the cutoff date is the 10th of each month. Paper Pumpkin is a little crafting fun that is delivered right to you in your mailbox. This next one coming up is 16 little different gift boxes that you can use to put gift cards in. Now, you don't have to do gift cards. Your creativity, you can come up with many other things to do with them. One of the things I thought of is you could do a pop-out mini scrapbook. So if you work in an office and you have a desk and somebody asks you about your grandkids, your children, your family, etc., you could pull out this little box and it would accordion fold out, and you could have all your family in one little spot to share with people. But what I want to also let you know is this month coordinating content that they have are these cards and envelopes. However, you must be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to take advantage of these. In this package, you will get 5 of each of the 4 different colors with the 20 matching envelopes. You get 20 cards and envelopes for $10. What? I know it. Oh my gosh. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, this alone is worth ordering. Okay? So, there you have that, again, by the 10th. Also, I wanted to let you know, I just posted on my blog today, or not on my blog, I'm sorry, my Facebook page. I posted on there, it'll have a yellow banner like this one. This is not it, but there'll be a yellow banner like this one. And it is the retiring products from our mini catalog, okay? So go on and check that out. It is while supplies last. It means if things are sold out, that's it. That's all. They're gone. They're not going to get anything back in, okay? There's some really awesome things in there. Some of the items are already on sale. So jump onto the Create with Love Facebook page, download the papers. I believe there's 3 sheets of them, print it out, and then sit down with your favorite beverage and the holiday catalog so you can see the items that are going to be gone, okay? Speaking of the mini catalog, that is what I'm going to share with you today. Right here. I just had a class here in my studio last Monday, and we focused on the whole suite, the Sweetest Christmas Suite. So in the suite, it has a double bundle, 2 stamp sets and dies. Then it has glimmer paper, the self-adhesive back sequins, some ribbon, and the beautiful DSP. That is the whole suite. Today, we're cutting the suite in half. We are going to be focusing on the sweet candy cane bundle. We will be using Christmas Real Red and Garden Green ribbon. We are going to be using the adhesive back seasonal sequins, and we are going to be using the DSP. I am going to do our beginner stamper, our casual stamper, and then our Advent stamper again today with you, okay? So, I do not have measurements written down, but that's okay. They are very easy. Now, mind you, again, we're going through the 3 cards. So, most of the measurements are the same. There are a few additions as we go along, so I will let you know when we do that. So this first card, you are going to need a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 Whisper White, scored at 4 1/4, fold in half, perfect size. Then you are going to need a piece of Real Red cardstock that is 3 by 4. Another piece of Whisper White that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then we need a piece of Garden Green that is 3.5 inches long by 1 inch wide. Okay, these right here are your basic pieces, so we will need these 3 times. Okay, so 3 pieces that are 8.5 by 5.5 folded at 4 1/4. 3 pieces of Real Red 3 by 4, 3 pieces of Whisper White that are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and 3 pieces of Garden Green that are 3.5 by 1. Okay, so that'll get you started on all 3 of the cards. Woohoo! Are you guys ready? This is the ribbon from the suite. This is the red one. This is the green one. That is how I came up with the colors. Real Red, Garden Green. Stampin' Up is so clever. Everything coordinates and they let you know what colors you need. So when you go to order the things, you can throw in a card, package of white cardstock, a package of Garden Green, and a package of Real Red, and away you go. You may even want to add one more color in there here coming in a little bit, and you will see. The DSP is this. Love this stuff. I've already gone through half of this package, and our DSP is double-sided. And I know, I can hear you groaning. There are people that are like, no, then I have to cover up one side. It's okay. Instead of buying 1 package on, if that distresses you, then get 2 packages. And then you can have double the DSP, and that way it won't hurt so bad when you have to cover one up. Just a little thought there. Then the adhesive back sequins, as you can see, I've already opened them. I've already used them. So these are the sequins. There's white, there's a sweet sorbet, there is a green, and there is a gold in there. So 4 different colors. I don't remember how many sequins they said, but there's a lot. Okay, and then here is the bundle. This is the Sweet Candy Canes stamp set. It is a cling stamp set, so it is red rubber on the foam mounts. Cling means that the other side is sticky, so you can put it on our block, mount it. When you're done with it, you can put it back in the case. How many of you save your, I call it the negative, to your stamps? This is how I like to store mine, because as you can see, if you look on the back, you can quickly tell that, oh no, I'm missing a stamp. Where did it go? It helps you to keep track of how many stamps you have in this set, and if you are missing any. So just a little tidbit for you that I like to do to use to store mine, so I know if I'm missing anything. Now the dies that coordinate this, you have a sheet that has this. This is a die cut. Then these are for the candy cane images that you can stamp. You stamp them, and then you can die cut them out. And we have one in each direction this time. Woohoo! Last time we didn't have one in each direction. We only had one in one direction. So I love it when they do this. Then we have the leaf pattern that goes to the leaf of the stamp set. So once you stamp it, you can die cut it, and there you go. This one is really cool. A lot of people look at that and they're like, well, what? I don't get what that is. Well, this does a die cut, and it cuts those circles out of your piece of paper. There is enough room in here to get a couple of our smaller greetings if you wish to, and you can run ribbon through there. But what this was designed for, and this is brilliant, the holes on these are big enough to thread a candy cane through there. Isn't that cool? So you can do a little decoration on here and dress up a candy cane and have them on the tree, so if somebody stops over, you can give them a pretty candy cane and make them feel special. So I thought that was really cute. Love it. Alrighty. Okay, without further ado, let's get stamping, shall we? Okay, so I have brought in our, I don't need this. Sorry, I don't need that. I was thinking of our photopolymer stamp sets, and this one is red rubber cling, so I do not need that. Alrighty, so I'm going to start with our smaller piece of white and our real red ink, and I'm going to open up the ink pad. Now I hope I am within camera view here. I have a tendency to work closer to myself and forget that I might be out of camera range. So if I do that, please forgive me. I do not mean to. So I'm going to take this candy cane and I'm going to stamp it down. Now remember, this is our beginner stamper. So our beginner stamper may be starting out with stamps, ink, and paper. So here's the stamps that we're using. There's the ink. And then, of course, our pieces of paper that are already cut. So I'm going to take this one, ink it up. This is the opposite candy cane. It arches the other way. And hopefully I have the right angle on this. It's so hard reaching across the table to make sure I've got it in the right direction. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now I'm going to bring in my green, garden green piece and my garden green ink. And then I'm going to bring in the greeting from the stamp that says Merry and Bright. I'm inking up my greeting and I'm going to stamp that, hopefully approximately in the middle of my piece of green. There you go. There's that. And then, let's see. And lastly, I'm going to bring in this leaf thing. Now, I want something a little more than just a couple of pieces of paper and some plain white. So we're going to just take our stamp, and we're going to stamp one here, and then we're going to stamp one here. And you're going to throw your stamp on the table like that, because unless you do that, it's not going to work right. You like how I did that? Okay. And so now we're going to do this. And I know what my piece is going to look like, so I am trying to fill in. We're going to go down here like that. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Alrighty. So see, again, this is stamps, ink, and paper. Now I'm going to bring my the greeting back in, and we're going to create a banner with this. And so I love using my grid paper, and hopefully you can see this. I want to try to move it up so you can see. I like to find the middle of my piece. See this dark line right here? This is an 8. So I use that as a 0, if you will. And so I try to find the middle of my piece. I know it's 1 inch wide, so I need a 1/2 inch on this side, 1/2 inch on this side. And these are in 1/4 inch grids. So I'm going to eyeball about 1/4 inch. Make a mark with my scissors, snip up to that mark, and then from the corner, the point, up to that mark that I just snipped up to, and that creates a banner end. Okay? So see how you can change things without even having a punch or dies. Okay, doing the same thing. Find the halfway mark, make a mark, snip up to it, snip from the corner to that, and from the other corner to that. There you go. There's a banner. That's how easy it is to make a banner. Okay, so my stamping is done. So now all I need to do is put this all together. Again, this is our beginner stamper, so she doesn't have a whole bunch of supplies on hand. Again, she just started with stamps, ink, and paper. So there we go. Reds, be very, very, very careful with reds. Reds take a long time to dry for whatever reason. I'm not a chemist. I wish I was, so I could have a better explanation. But I put adhesive on the back, and you see how I flipped it over to massage the back of it and give it time to dry. So that way I did not smear the red ink. If you have any moisture on your fingers whatsoever, you might not think that you're sweating, but you could be. And you'll find out quickly with the reds, because as soon as you go to wipe over that, if you have moisture on your fingers, it is going to smear. Okay, so again, I'm just going to touch the outside of this to get it tacked down, flip it over, and then rub the back. Give that a little time to dry. Now I'm using liquid glue. If you are using a tape runner, you wouldn't have to do this. But I like my liquid glue, or AKA green glue. We call it green glue because of the green caps, not because the glue is green. And now I'm going to bring in that banner that I had done. Put some adhesive on the back of that. And then take my card and put that on. And again, be very careful of that red. Flip it over again. This time we're going to give that banner just a minute to dry. Okay? So our beginner stamper. There you go. There is card number 1. So cute, right? Yeah. Now the inside, remember, don't forget the inside. So I'm just going to come in with our stamp, our leaf stamp, ink it up, and we're just going to drop a leaf right there in the corner. So bring in a little bit of that outside to the inside. That's all it takes. It's amazing how one little stamp makes the difference. All right, I hope you like that one. Yep, this is a very basic card, but we all have to start somewhere. Okay, our second card, our stamper, she is using the same kind of pieces. So we are using the 8.5 by 5.5 piece of Whisper White scored at 4 1/4, folded in half. But this time, our stamper is bringing in some of the DSP. Our casual stamper decided that she wanted to pick up a few of the other things to go with her supplies. So she purchased some of the DSP, some of the ribbon, and the sequins to go with hers. She wanted to dress up her cards a little bit. So I picked out this piece of DSP that is 4 by 5 1/4. Going back to the red that is 3 by 4. Then the piece of Whisper White that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Our garden green 1 by 3 1/2. See, I told you, it's just a repeat. And then we need a piece. Remember, she got some of the other things to go with it. She got the stamps, the inks, the paper, the DSP paper, the ribbon, and the embellishments. Okay, and then she grabbed a piece of Whisper White that is 1 1/2 by 8 1/2. Okay, so we are going to do something very similar to what we just did. We are just going to step it up a notch. Okay, so coming in with our real red ink again, going to ink up our stamp. Now, she didn't know she really wanted the dies, so she did not get the dies that coordinate with the stamp set. Okay? Although I don't know why she didn't, because when you buy the stamps and the dies together, you get an automatic 10% savings when you do that. Okay, so there is this one. And there. Okay, again, remember, reds can run, so give that a minute. We're going to let that dry, let the reds dry, and I'm going to come back in with our green piece and our green ink just like before. We are going to do the Merry and Bright, stamped approximately in the middle, just like we did the last time. Do you remember that banner cut that I showed you? We are going to do that on all 3 of these. So again, find the middle, make a mark, find the middle, make a mark, then come back and cut your banner ends. Okay. So we are doing that. There's the banner. Okay, starting to look a little familiar, right? Okay, now these, remember, she did not want to buy the dies, but she wanted to dress it up a little bit. So she's going to fussy cut these candy canes out. So let your scissors do the work for you. You could draw a pencil mark around it, a shadow, if you will, around it, and follow the pencil mark if you wanted to, but you don't have to. You can just eyeball it. Remember, these are handmade. And I have a couple of my stampers that are OCD. I get it. And they're like, oh, I could never do that, because if they're not the same, It's not going to look good. And I say, you know what? You need to get over it because it's just paper. And they're like, well, what if the receiver gets it and they complain? I'm like, seriously? I tell you what, you tell your friends. If you send somebody a handmade card that you took the time and the effort to think of them and make something specially for them, and heaven forbid if they should say a negative comment to you about your workmanship on your card, you know what you tell them? Huh, looks like you go on the do not send list. Especially at Christmas time. See, there's a naughty and nice list, right? So they go on the do not send list. Okay, there you go. There is our candy canes cut out. See, it just took a little bit of time, but you're going to love the look of this. So I want to start putting my stuff together. Sorry, I keep getting out of the camera zone. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of my DSP. Okay, and we're going to put this on here like so. Okay, let that dry. And then these, right now I'm just going to kind of lay this out a minute on how I want this to go, because I need to do one more step. This isn't quite, shall we say, zhuzhed up enough for me, because remember, I'm the casual stamper. I got all those extras, so I want to do a little something extra. So I'm putting a little bit of liquid glue down under there and trying to get the angles that I want. Okay, let that dry a minute. Again, that is simply for placement. Okay, now I'm going to come back. Remember, we got those leaf stamps that we use up the side of the card. I'm going to come back in with those leaves, but this time I am going to stamp this one way at the top. Well, it might not be up high enough, so I might have to adjust, and that's okay. We can do that. This one is going to come down to this side, and this one is going to come down to this side, like so. I know, it looks like they're floating, right? But wait. When our casual stamper was in shopping this time, she decided not only to get the bling, the DSP, and the ribbon, but she's like, you know what? I want some of them dimensional things. Kristen always uses them in her classes. I want to get some of them. So she did. So we are going to place the dimensionals right here on our candy cane, like so. Peel the backs off. Whoops. And now I'm going to come in to this piece. Don't worry about these. It's still going to look like they're floating out there. Okay? But don't panic. Okay? Gonna do that because we have our banner, right? So on this one, we're going to use our dimensionals again, but we're only going to put one here and one here because there's already dimensionals on the candy canes. So that's going to help to keep it raised in the middle. And we're going to take our greeting piece, put it across like here. Look at that. Okay? Come back in with some more dimensionals. Yep, she was so happy she got these dimensionals. She just could not stop using them. Okay, so making sure the backings are off, like so. we are going to come here, and I do not know if I created another bow. I know I did, but do you think I know where it is? Nope. Okay. I must have dropped it somewhere, folks. Let's see. Making sure. Yep. Well, that's all right. We'll make another one. I forgot the ribbon was right here. So, no harm done. I get asked all the time, Kristen, how do you do your bows? You always make the best bows. I just take a piece of ribbon, fold it in half, make a bunny ear. Take my ribbon, go out a little bit so there's some room in here. I make a bunny ear again. This one is going to go over the other side and up through the hole. Then you just cinch it down. You just keep playing with it, tightening and pulling until the bow is the size and the shape that you need. That's all there is to it. So then I take my scissors, I'm going to snip that one off there. I need to come back and make this one a little shorter like that. Okay, so that's how I do my bows. I'm going to come in, well, I'm not sure how that happened. I'm going to come in with my mini glue dots. They're under here. They're probably not able to see on camera, but it's a little glue dot right there. And I'm going to press the center of my bow on there, and then my bow is going to go on there like that. But wait, there's more. Remember, we bought some of that bling, so our casual stamper wants to add some bling to her card. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to add one here, one down here, and then one over here on there. There's card number 2. Now, did you notice how I place these? If you place items in a triangle format, it's something within our brain draws your eye into the focal point and makes things balanced. I don't know, it's something that we were created that way. So, and then what is the last thing I need to do? Need to stamp something on the inside, right? Okay, so we're going to take this one, and again, we're going to stamp one this way and one that way. There you go. There's card number 2. So see, same layout. Look at the difference. Okay, now let's go on to our avid stamper. Who is our avid stamper? Our avid stamper is the girl who has to have it all. She has done hit the buy it all button, the easy button, right? Okay, so again, we are using the same dimensions that we did before, but we're going to add in a couple more things this time. Now, she bought the whole thing. She bought the stamps, the dies, the DSP, the ribbons, the embellishments, and so she wants to use everything on her card. So on this card, again, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, folded in half. She cut a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4, die cut with this die, and this is what you get. Okay. Then she also brought in a piece of this DSP that is 4 by 5 1/4, same measurements as the last card had DSP. The garden green was the same measurements, 4 by 5 1/4. Same measurement on here, 3 by 4. Our white piece, that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Our 1-inch piece by 3 1/2. But this time we need a piece of Pool Party that is 1 by 4 1/4. And again, a piece of our white that is 1.5, right? Yes. 1.5 by 8.5 for the candy canes. My bow that is already done and ready for us. Okay? So let's get started on this one. Again, we are doing the same thing we've already done from the beginning. Okay? So we are going to take our greeting, ink up our Marion Bright, stamp it in the middle. Okay? And I think I'm going to do all my stamping this time before I do my cutting. Okay, so I'm coming in with that white piece to stamp our candy canes on. So we need 1 candy cane each direction. And this time she doesn't have to hand cut these out. Sorry, I have to bring this down. She doesn't have to hand cut them because she bought the dies. So she is going to get to die cut these. Okay. But before she goes to the die cutting machine, she's got a little bit more to stamp. So on this one, remember we have a piece of the pool party? So she bought pool party ink to go with it this time. Now, how did she pick pool party ink to go along with this? Well, remember I said one of the best things about Stampin' Up! Is they tell you the colors that go with things. Not only are the colors listed inside of the catalog on the suite page, but they're also written on the back of your DSP when it comes. It's in tiny writing, so some people, that's too hard to read, they will actually write in a permanent marker over here in bigger writing the colors. So that way it's easier to see, quicker, faster, okay, easier to locate. So if you need to do that, go ahead. This is just scrap. It's not paper. It's just a sturdier piece of cardboard in there to help protect your paper and shipping. So go ahead, pull this out and write those colors on here in bigger letters so you can see them. Make it as easy as possible for yourself while you're doing this. Okay, now I know I want 3 of these. Remember, just like we did before, but last time we did it in green. So I'm going to stamp 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So now we're going to run to our die cutting machine and we are going to cut these out. Okay? Ready? Ta-da! Did you miss me while I was gone? Okay. We're going to go back to our green piece and we're going to do our banner cut again, just like we've done to the past 2 cards. So I'm making my marks. And now creating the banner. If you would like to watch some of my past videos, I am slowly loading them onto my YouTube channel. So you can go over to my YouTube channel at Create with Love. Remember, create is with a K, K-R-E-A-T-E. Create with Love, and you'll start to see some videos. I think I've got 4 loaded up over there so far. I have more to load. So it's just finding time to do that. Okay, so I'm going to take this die that I cut, and this piece is the same size as this. So typically my students will say, where's your protection? I usually have my silicone craft sheet down under here, but you know what? I forgot it. It's all good. It's all good. You just have to be a little more careful, that's all. So I'm putting adhesive on there. And then I'm going to take this and I am going to line up the corners. Okay, now don't panic. I see it wasn't cut quite right, but you know what? It's okay. You see that I'm not freaking out, right? You can either hand cut alongside of here, or you could put it in a paper cutter if you choose to. This is just as easy. There you go. Problem solved. Ta-da! Okay. Alrighty guys, let's build this. So now I'm going to take my adhesive, put it on the back of this one. Yes, I know that side's just as pretty. I can hear you. It is. You're right. But not all of our cards can look the same, right? We have to have choices. So there we go. We're layering that on. Isn't that a cool effect? Oh, I just love that. There's so many possibilities with this. So just like before, I am going to put adhesive on the back of this. Now this time we don't have any stamping on there, remember? Last time we stamped the leaves on it, but this time I stamped the leaves on our pool party, and I die cut because I am so fast. In a blink of an eye, I had those all cut out and you didn't even know it. Okay, so now I am going to, trying to see which way I want to do this. Okay, I'm coming back in with some of those dimensionals. Remember, our avid stamper, she has everything. I want to go to her house and play because she's got it all. So we're going to take our backings off from our dimensionals, and I'm going to place this like so. Now this one I only need to put a dimensional up here and down here because this one already had one across the middle. So there's the saving, see? Okay, so now I'm going to take this one and put this one on an angle across here. Okay, yep, I'm using my grid again. Yes, I'm one of those people. I know it. Yes, I do. I know it. Okay, so I'm taking my leaves that I'd already stamped and die cut, putting adhesive on this one, and this one's going to get stuck right down in there. Remember? Same place we stamped them, right? And this one, we're going to put dimensional out here and a dimensional out here, just like we did before. And I'm doing this first for placement reasons. Okay. Putting this down here like so. Now I'm going to flip these over and I'm going to add adhesive to these. This one is going to go over here, under here, like so. Now don't panic with that sticking over. It's okay, remember, this is not the size of the card. We have a much bigger place that it's going to go. So remember, your paper can spin. I know, when you're stamping and crafting, you forget that that can move. So see, that hangs over a little bit. It's all good. Look at that. Look how that's dressing up. Okay, and I chose pool party because pool party is on here. So I'm kind of bringing it all together. So now we are coming in here, putting our dimensionals on. No, don't run away. I know you're thinking, well, I already saw how this goes together. I have some other gorgeous, gorgeous samples to share with you. So don't go anywhere or you're going to miss those. Just saying. Okay, so this is my card. And approximately in the middle, like so. Now remember, she has everything, so now she wants to put on her bows and her bling yet. So we'll quickly do that. And then do a little bit of stamping on the inside. Again, put our bow here on the candy cane. And just like before, coming in with our gold. And our take a pick tool. One up here. One over here. And again, one over here. Okay, and now that leaf was done in the blue this time, huh? So let's take this one and we're going to do blue here, okay? And this one I think I'm going to do one here and here. There. Okay, there is the third card from our Avid Stamper. Let's look at these real quick and then we'll look at my other samples. So here is the beginner stamper with just stamps, ink, and paper. This one decided to buy the ribbon and the embellishments and the DSP to go with it. But again, no dies. Remember, she hand cut all those. And then our Avid Stamper who needed it all. There's done everything with the stamping and the dies. What do you think? I hope you guys liked these. Let me know. Share the love. Let me know that you like these, please. I like to see what you like. And if you did enjoy this, please share me with your friends. That's how you can help support me, and it doesn't cost you a thing, because when you share me on your Facebook pages with your friends, they come see, check me out, and they get to see the different things that I do too. So thank you, thank you. Now I'm going to share with you some cards that we did here at a class using the entire suite. Here's a card that we used some of the glimmer paper that was on that page. I brought that in, did the stamps. I used both sets of dies on these cards. So there's the banner, the other coordinating stamp set and dies that coordinate with it, with the DSP and the bling, okay? Then the next card I did was this one. Look at that one. Yes, I know, look at all the layers with all the goodness. Now talk about an Avid card, right? She did it all. And then we have this one. Woo! Look at. I hope you guys like these. We did this one. That was that die that we used on the last card, but I did two of them and overlapped in opposite directions. Isn't that cool? What a great effect that does. Then my next card is a fun fold card. It's like this. It opens up, and then we have these tags. The tag dies are not included. It's a separate one. Same with the circle. But with a few items that I had here in my studio, yep, we can incorporate and embellish even more. Then my next card is this one. And this one opens up like this. This one folds out too, so when it's on their mantle, they can actually stand it up, and then you can see the front of it. I know you can't see it on your camera because it's the wrong direction, but this one will actually stand up on the mantle also. So there's that one. And then the last one that I have for you is this one. This is a slimline card. So these will fit in a letter size envelope. Yeah, it does. This will go in a letter size envelope. So, but this one opens this way. Isn't that cool? Huh. I love these. I was not going to get the suite at first, but I had some of my stampers who wanted to see these in action, and so I broke down and got them. And now I'm glad I did, because I got to share them with all of you. I hope that you have enjoyed your time with me today. Thank you so much for spending some time of your Friday afternoon with me, or evening if you're catching the replay. And leave me some love. Let me know that you were here. Again, share me with your friends. If you need to check these things out, because one of the reasons I focused on this suite is because it is while supplies last. It's going away. It is not carrying over. Nope. So if you liked the samples that I shared with you, hop on over right now. Hurry up. Go to kristenconant.stampinup.net and place your order. If your order is under $150, please use this host code. That helps me to have things to share with you. And if it's over $150, do not use this code if it's over $150 before shipping and handling and tax, because I want you to receive all the benefits that you can get, all the rewards for shopping with me. Okay? So there you go, guys. Again, look me up, Create with Love, over on YouTube, and share me with your friends. And I will see you guys next Friday, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye, guys. Thank you.